pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, the new swimsuit issue is out with some revealing pictures of some big sports names.
I'm Tony Kornheiser. How'd they get you to wear that banana hammock?
Lots of money.
Wow.
A lot of money. Big payday.
Showing off a lot of skin there.
Got to hang out with Jessica White.
Look like a Shar-Pei, basically.
Like a who?
Shar-Pei. It's a dog with many folds in its skin. Welcome to PTI, my friends. In today's episode, Wilbon and I yap about Allen Iverson's future, bogus wedding proposals, and in our new style segment, what time is the right time for shaving your dreadlocks? We begin today with a suggestion that Allen Iverson wants out of Philadelphia. Writing in the Philadelphia Inquirer, Stephen A. Smith quotes sources saying that Iverson is unhappy with the team he has around him and that, quote, he wants to win now, unquote. The 76ers are not going to win now, and Smith's story quotes a source as saying that it's Iverson's request to get him out of Philadelphia now. Wilbon, what should the 76ers do?
Well, Billy King, who I think has put together a nice roster, a young roster around Allen Iverson, should go in the drawer, get the contract out for the 4-year, $80 million extension Allen Iverson just signed, hold it up and say to him, you're going nowhere but back to the locker room. They put together a team, real quickly, Tony. Samuel Dellenbear, 23 years old. Willie Green, 23. Iguodala, 21. Kyle Korver, nice shooter, 23. They've got nice young players around him. They can win the division this year.
He has never played with another all-star, and he is not playing with one now.
By the way, most of his career.
Because that's the way he wanted the team structured.
That's the way Coach Brown wanted the team structured.
And they went to the finals one year. He's number 1 in scoring, number 3 in steals, number 6 in assists. He's having a great year. In his last 2 games, he has scored how many points? 98 points and 16 assists. So for
how about the assists last night?
For all his effort, can he go to management and say, get me out of here, I've given you the best of me?
No.
Why?
He threw a great pass last night out of a double team for a game winner. Stay here. You don't get to run out after you signed a contract. Stay here and play. These are really good young players around you.
Is it even possible that they could get equal value for him?
You know the answer is no.
I think it's only Kobe Bryant or LeBron.
30 years old. He's got a lot of basketball, and despite what I said earlier this year about him slipping out of the elite, which was stupid, the guy's been great. Stay here. Gary Bettman still has a news conference scheduled for tomorrow. We're not certain of what the NHL commissioner is going to say. We've been expecting for several days Bettman would at that point announce finally that the season is over. But wait, indications are there might be a long shot solution tonight, and Bettman could announce an abbreviated season, say 29, 30 games, by tomorrow. Swami Tony, what's it going to be? Short season or no season?
You'll notice I do not have my turban on now, and the answer is I don't know. But there are hopeful signs in the sense that the players' union, the players together, finally said, we'll give on the salary cap. Now, they set a very high number for what they would give on.
Yeah, but like the same number as the NBA salary cap.
But if they accept the notion of a salary cap, then you're just negotiating the details at that point. So maybe they could save this. If they don't save it and they cancel it, it's just so awful for people that like hockey and so hard to bring new fans in for 3 or 4 years.
But, Tony, were they bringing in new fans? I mean, wasn't the NHL's whole thing, let's keep the fighting, let's keep the style of play, and just appeal to the people we've always had? They didn't seem to grow the game other than throw these stupid expansion franchises all around.
They tried to, and what you have to ask yourself is a 29-game season in the full playoffs going to salvage something or anger people? Is it going to anger people because it seems so abbreviated?
It's going to anger them at the beginning, but if they can get some kind of season, they ought to take it, don't you think?
The back page on today's New York Daily News has a picture of Bud Selig with his head in his hands and the caption, "They knew." The news story quotes an FBI agent as saying that a decade ago, he warned Major League Baseball that some players, including Jose Canseco, were taking illegal steroids. The FBI agent says baseball ignored the warning. A baseball official denies the entire story. Wilbon, who do you believe?
I don't believe baseball anymore. I believe that baseball was warned, not just by one FBI agent or one office of the FBI. Baseball was warned by a lot of people. And the officials and executives at Major League Baseball in New York and at the top of clubs all around the league, they decided they wanted to ignore it. Maybe they needed to have home runs to bring people back to the ballpark. They lied, and they're lying now.
Okay. I don't care if the FBI agent is right or if the FBI agent is wrong. I don't care if Jose Canseco is right or if he's wrong. There was a large problem with steroids. Yep. Do I think baseball knew about it? Yes. Do I think that? Of course they do, because they couldn't get the union to agree. Right. And they said for years they thought they had a problem. It's clear they had a problem. their complicity in this is that home runs brought people to the ballpark and they celebrated those home runs and turned a blind eye to some degree.
Don't you think now, the deeper we go into this, they have to have asterisks next to the 5 or 6 years?
I don't know.
It was phony.
I don't know. But it renewed attendance. I mean, you talked about
okay?
Wait.
Okay.
You talked about hockey and growing fans. They grew the game.
And it's okay to do it that way.
No, it's not okay. But in the long run, they're happy they grew the game.
And so that justifies the means.
What did I say? Did you see me say no?
Okay, let me say, they were complicitous and they're liars. They have less credibility than Jose Canseco, and some of the people they would like to see back.
They have the same credibility as Jose Canseco.
Right? Good. They're both liars
they
there. They were complicitous in this, and now baseball has to deal with its mess, and it's a mess. The Cleveland Browns, moving to football, appear ready to release quarterback Jeff Garcia after he went 3-7 in 10 starts for Cleveland, and the move could reverberate all the way to Detroit, where Garcia's former mentor Steve Mariucci coaches the Lions now. Remember, there was talk a month or so ago the Lions would cut Joey Harrington, which the team vehemently denied at the time. Garcia turns 35 next week, but he does know the West Coast offense they run in Detroit. Tony, do you think your boy Matt Millen is going to make this switch in Detroit?
Again, no turban, so it's guesswork. I think if Mariucci goes to him and says, I got to have this guy, then he brings the guy on board. And I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, I would say that it's almost in its way like Kurt Warner coming in to help Eli Manning. Jeff Garcia can help Harrington. They can delay a big decision on Harrington for another year. If Garcia works out, they can delay it for 2 years. I don't think that's a lose-lose. I think it's a win-win.
No, I don't think so, as long as Garcia understands that he's probably coming in at best to compete, but more likely to be the backup to a guy they have a lot invested in, and Joey Harrington, who's 9 years younger.
This is not terrible. This is not terrible. Harrington may need more time. We saw that with Drew Brees. Cedric Benson, the running back from Texas, is rated tops overall by Mel Kiper on Kiper's draft board. Because the 49ers are expected to go for a quarterback with the #1 overall pick, it may well be that Benson is taken at #2 overall by the Miami Dolphins. Anticipating that and anticipating comparisons in the Miami market to former Texas running back Ricky Williams, who they don't like in Miami, Benson has shaved off his dreadlocks. Wilbon, good move or bad move?
Unnecessary move. If scouts and people who run teams and make these selections, if they can tell the difference between identical twins like Tiki and Rondé Barber and Harvey and Horace Grant, they don't need to know. I mean, they automatically know these guys bear no resemblance other than the fact that they're black and they have dreads.
But I don't think it's about scouts. I think the reason he did this, and he voluntarily did this, and he said, I want to show people that I'm different from Ricky Williams. He anticipates, not from the club, but from the media and the fans, an antagonistic reaction to somebody who looks like Ricky Williams, so he nips it in the bud. I don't think this is bad.
I don't think he looks like Ricky Williams because he has dreads.
But he thinks he's afraid of it.
I'm attacking his position.
Okay.
I think it's unnecessary. I think it's stupid. I think nobody tells one white guy with a crew cut that he has to look like a guy who came along 5 years earlier who's white with a crew cut.
But again, nobody told Cedric Benson to do this.
I don't know who told him.
He says
he's getting advice from somewhere, probably. And even if he's not, I'm attacking his position. Okay. Him.
Right.
Not the clubs.
Nobody
him. Cedric, I'm attacking you. Don't let people tell you with any advice whatsoever, if you are getting advice, that you need to change your image. When you step on the field, they'll see you are who you are, and they'll see Ricky is who he is.
I think he took a preemptive action that's smart.
I think it's unnecessary. Don't let people do that to you, or don't you do it to yourself. Yesterday, we showed some video from Orlando where a guy popped out of a gift box during a timeout at a Magic-Hornets game and proposed to a woman who promptly walked away from him. But I smelled a rat all along.
Yes, you did, brother.
Today we can report it was a hoax. Channel 6 in Orlando says the whole thing was a ploy to spice up the NBA experience, whatever the hell that means. Tony, it certainly spiced up my enjoyment of last night's NBA games. How about you?
Again, here's the position I took the other day. People who propose at halftime of an NBA game should be eaten by alligators. Now I want to include everybody involved in this thing, including the people at the Magic who decided this was a good idea. I would like to let loose 6 to 10 alligators. They're in Florida. I'd like to let them loose on the floor to get these people. I don't care about Bud Selig lying. I don't care about Cedric Benson shaving off his hair. I want to see people run away from alligators for proposing on the floor.
Can we point the alligators later at anybody who denied steroid involvement? Can we do it? And say, eat him after you get the people in Orlando.
Let's take a break. But coming up, Bobby Knight topples #2 Kansas Can Texas Tech make a tournament run? And Freddie Mitchell is running his mouth about the Patriots again. We'll tell you what he said and whether it has any merit whatsoever. Look at that.
Freddie Shade, they're going to say you look like Ricky Williams, bro. Get that head.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by Guinness Draft Stout. Drink responsibly. Brilliant.
So what's this about our Guinness again?
I've discovered that Guinness Draft has only 125 calories.
Only 125 calories? Brilliant! What else have you been up to?
I've invented this little book. It's black. You put women's phone numbers in it.
A little black book? Brilliant!
Come here often. You can also use it as a coaster.
A coaster? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Guinness Draft has only 125 calories. Enjoy it responsibly.
Brilliant!
Can inspiration replace the typical small car with something that lives a little larger? More space, more function, more sizzle. America's best small car alternative just got a little better. The Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Now get 0 plus. That means 0% financing plus February bonus cash for up to $4,200 in total savings on PT Cruiser.
When you turn the key, hundreds of parts start moving at once. Startup can be a killer on a car's engine. That's why there's Castrol GTX Startup Motor Oil. Specifically designed with polarized molecules that bond to engine parts for unique startup protection. No regular motor oil protects better against startup engine wear. So use Castrol GTX Startup. Protection from the moment you turn the key. Castrol GTX Startup.
You know, there's a name for people like you.
Artiste?
Yeah, and why not tell the entire world? Just go to GoDaddy.com and get your .com name for only $8.95 a year. Register your .com name, and everyone will see you for the Picasso of the pipes that you are. And who knows how much money you'll make?
Thanks, sweetie. You're an angel.
Actually, I ride with GoDaddy.com. Now you can get a new .com name for only $3.99 when you purchase any other GoDaddy product.
Tonight, it's Super Tuesday with 3 tough in-conference matchups. At 7 in the Big East, UConn battles Providence. In the Big Ten, Indiana takes on Ohio State. Then at 9, Kentucky looks to stay undefeated in the SEC against South Carolina. On ESPN2, NBA Nation.
Time for another fast break. Round the league we go.
It's all on ESPN and ESPN2 tonight.
This set just got much smoother with the addition of our good friend USA Today basketball guru David Dupree. Allen Iverson reportedly wants out. Should the 76ers listen to him?
They should listen to him, but they're not going to let him out. I mean, he wants a better team. I mean, he should be asking for a better team. I mean, this team is going nowhere the way it's made up.
Yeah, but David, they got young players, good young players. What does he expect?
He expects better young players than they have, and veterans and people who know what to do in crunch time. He is out there by himself. Sure, they're playing fairly well. Right. And it is a young team with some potential, but he needs some guys who are proven right now. He needs some veterans alongside him to help him. Otherwise, I mean, it's too hard on him.
I said this the other day on the show, and he got angry at me. He's of the small guards, he's the best and the toughest who ever walked into the league.
And you know, no tougher than Isaiah Thomas or Calvin Murphy, no tougher.
But he's tougher in the sense that he doesn't have anybody backing him up except himself.
Okay, I can go with that. Let's talk about another tough guy who's still trying to chase a championship. Alonzo Mourning.
Who has quit, who said, get me out of here. Get me out of
I like him, but Tony's right. Now, he's apparently getting into Miami at some point soon. What does that do for Miami's chances, David? Do they pull even with Detroit or pass Detroit? Are they even with San Antonio?
I think it just solidifies their second place. They're not better than Detroit. You're not going to beat Detroit in the East. No one will beat the Detroit Pistons in the East. They know what they're doing. I'm not going to say they've been coasting, but Detroit knows how to play. They've been through this. These guys are here for the long haul. And you see now they're starting to crank it up a little bit. You're not going to beat them in a 7-game series. And even if you do, you're not going to beat San Antonio.
Alonzo is chasing a ring. Let's talk about a guy who came pretty close last year. Kevin Garnett had a breakthrough playoff season. And now that team has completely gone underwater. Is Kevin Garnett ever going to win a title in this league, or is he destined to be like Karl Malone, John Stockton, Charles Barkley?
Gosh, I hope not. I mean, if he has the career that those guys had, that's pretty good. But I think he's too young still, and I think he will get a championship. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it'll be in Minnesota, but I just cannot see Kevin going his entire career without a championship. The guy's just too good.
It's happened to great players before.
Yeah, but he's the kind of guy that Minnesota, if Kevin Garnett now went to Minnesota and said, look, I want out, they would trade him, and they would trade him to a good team because they know the money he gave up, the way he has represented that team, everything else, they owe him a great, great deal. Now, after saying that, he's the kind of guy who won't do it. He won't go in and demand anything.
Good.
You know, he just
good
doesn't.
For him.
I don't think Kevin believes in that. He's not a quitter. And to him, it would be quitting if he was to give up on his team. Look at now, even the way they've been playing, always positive with him. I mean, first of all, the guy's got a bad knee, and he's really, really hurting. And he gets doubled and triple teamed more than any other player in the league. And when he kicks it out, this isn't Tim Duncan kicking out to Ginobili or these guys. He's kicking it out to Sam Cassell, who says what, or to Latrell Sprewell, who says aha. You know, and it's just, it ain't the same thing.
There's one team and one thing he can point out what I got wrong about Iverson, and I was wrong early in the season about Iverson. But I was right about the Houston Rockets, who he likes to sit here and bash. He hates Tracy McGrady. He hates Yao Ming. And right now, Houston, as I said in February, would hit stride and be a big-time team. Are they going to be a factor this year?
Well, wait a minute. Well, first of all, they were everything Tony said earlier because they didn't have Bob Sura. Once Sura got healthy, he's a very, very good point guard. And they got David Wesley. This is not the same team that it was. But I'm not convinced that Yao Ming is the greatest thing in the world, but he is very, very serviceable.
Thank you. Thank you. That's an interesting thing. Very, very serviceable. This is a long-running debate, whether he is disappointing to this point or whether he's going to be the greatest thing in the world, like Mr. Wilbon says, the greatest thing in the world.
No,
I don't think he's going to be the greatest thing in the world.
He's got 19 and 9, David. Tell me exactly how many centers right now, after Shaquille O'Neal, give you 19 and 9 every night. Tell me.
You're right. I shouldn't say this, but he reminds me of a combination Rick Smits, George Murison.
I agree.
Whoa. You take the best.
I agree with that. That's a great analogy.
You take the best of those two guys, and this is what you have. Now, that is pretty serviceable, but it's not the center who you're going to build a team around that's going to take you to a title.
Hold on a second. You think that's a great analogy?
Yes.
Rick Smits and Yorgi Murison.
Yes.
How many of them exactly are going to the Hall of Fame?
Rick Smits went to the finals, Tony, and he was older. This guy's 25 years old.
We're talking about pulling them together.
What are you doing?
Yao Ming, Shaquille O'Neal, or Yorgi Murison?
Let's get to another real question. We saw last night, or I saw, because he didn't see it after 8 p.m.
Here?
Yes, you are on the moon. We saw Phoenix and Utah score like 3,000 points in the game, 136, 128, something like that. The Wizards are scoring a bunch of points. Even Detroit scored 107 last night. Are we in a period where we can actually see offense for the entire season, even through the playoffs, David?
I think so, because years ago, Mike Fratello, who I love dearly, when he was coaching Cleveland, decided that if we don't have the players, if we slow the ball down, we can win games. We can make it a ball game. Now, teams are taking the complete opposite approach. If we've got anybody who can run and shoot, we can jack the score way, way up, and maybe we can win that way. So now teams are following that, and teams are copying that. And Phoenix, Seattle, Washington, these teams are going to play the exact same way in the playoffs that they play now. Look at San Antonio, who you would never think wants to run. They get out and go, and guess who's back there cheerleading? Tim Duncan. Run, guys, run. I'll catch up later.
Thank you for joining us,
Thank you,
David.
David.
Appreciate that. We're taking a break. When we come back, the Yankees opened up spring training today. Will they top last year's win total of 101? That plus Bobby Knight and Freddie Mitchell straight ahead.
Bobby Knight and Freddie Mitchell in the same segment.
My boys. Both of them.
Your crew.
Both.
Your posse.
Yep.
Later on SportsCenter, spring training is underway as Joe Torre is still supporting Jason Giambi, Shaq, Zoe, and Christian Laettner to make history together. And as bad as it gets, the 10 worst teams ever. SportsCenter, 6 Eastern, ESPN.
I think this could be a problem.
I think this could be a big problem.
I think we should drive that bad boy. For research.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, research.
Lease a 2005 Mazda 6i Sports Sedan for $199 per month for 42 months with $19.99 due at lease signing. Do a little research of your own. Get to your Mazda dealer for a test drive now.
I pulled into Nazareth, wasn't feeling about half-past dead. I just need some place.
More bars in more places. That's the goal of Singular's all-over network, with the largest digital voice and data coverage in America.
Thanks to Singular and AT&T Wireless joining forces. Welcome to the new Singular. We're raising the bar.
ESPN's Dream Job returns with a new spin.
Welcome back.
As ESPN searches for the next NBA analyst, former NBA players Dana Barros, Gerald Wilkins, J.R. Reed, Matt Bullard, Dee Brown, and Daryl Dawkins are ready to take their shot at the analyst job.
I don't want no real job.
Oh, I lost it.
If these guys are off their game, they won't stay in ours.
Dream Job.
The new season of Dream Job. Live Sunday, February 27th at 10 on ESPN.
It's hard not to notice the results of Nutrisystem Nourish. When you call or go online to order, through this special offer, you'll get a week's worth of great food absolutely free.
How can that be? I can't be that small. I'm not that small.
There's no counting, no meetings, no measuring, and the food is delivered right to your door.
Now when I look in the mirror, I feel like I see the real me.
Some people don't recognize me. I get the double takes and, oh my gosh.
You look great for having 3 kids. Well, I didn't want to look great for having 3 kids. I wanted to look great, period.
You'll savor 4 full weeks of amazing food. And when you order now, we'll send you 7 breakfasts, 7 lunches, 7 dinners, and 7 snacks. A full week of food absolutely free.
Thank you for giving me my life back. I love David Benson.
Return to yourself with Nutrisystem and get a full week of food absolutely free. Call now.
Time for the game that's hotter than B. Arthur doing a pole dance. Over, under. Let's get the first number from the commissioner, Stat Boy.
All right, Rue McClanahan couldn't get no love, I guess. Over or under 101 wins for the Yankees this season?
I'm going under. The Yankees are a great team. They're going to make the playoffs, but they get older each year. Randy Johnson, 40 years old. Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez, who they got back, Mariano Rivera. I don't know. I just don't see them doing better.
Yeah, but they won 101 last year, I think, and they got guys like Jared Wright. They got some young pitchers coming in, even though you're right about you.
Question mark,
I'm going over 102, 103 victories. The Yankees do that all the time.
Other people get better. Baltimore gets better. Tampa Bay
they got better, too. Yanks got better,
Next.
too.
Next up, over under 99 games played for Ken Griffey Jr.
I'm going under because here are his last 3 years in Cincinnati. 70, 53, and 83. He's averaging under 70 games. He's always pulling a hammy.
Yeah.
He's always chasing a ball down,
Yep.
twisting an ankle.
Yep.
His career's ruined in Cincinnati.
I know. He gets injured for the right reasons. The guy plays hard and he gets injured. But I'm going with the Grant Hill rule this year, Grant Hill theme. Grant Hill averaged like no games in the previous 4.
That's right.
Fewer games than Griffey. Griffey's going to play 130 games this year. Going to hit 40 home runs. Over.
I hope you're right. Next.
All right, over or under 1 tournament win for Bob Knight this season?
I'm an idiot for saying what I'm going to say because it means that I think Bobby Knight is getting to the Sweet 16. I just know you're going way under on this. Knight's my boy, so I'm saying Texas Tech wins 2.
They're not going to win 2. They're not getting been to the Sweet 16 since he was whipping Calvert Cheney's butt with a towel. They're not going to the Sweet 16.
You hate
They're
him.
not even winning the game. But you know what? I love watching his teams play because they play great. Last night's victory over
So you say
Kansas,
they win no games
great.
in the NCAAs? See, I can't
go over.
No,
I can go under 0 games for Knight in the tournament.
Wilbon, look what I had to do here to make this push-proof. Over or under 1.5 tour wins for David Duval and the rest of his career.
This means that I'm saying David Duval will win at least 2 tournaments from now on.
You're going over?
I am going over. I know he is lost now. He's lost. He's 33 years old. Vijay Singh was nothing at 33.
Yeah.
Tom Lehman hadn't won anything at 33. I say he can do it.
But, Tony, here's what they had at 33. Apparent desire. Now, maybe he still has some desire. We just have
We don't know yet.
Tone, he shot 49 on the back in a recent round.
He was number 1 in the whole world. I'm giving him another shot. Next.
All right, last one is for Fred X. Over or under 3 times in 10 that the Eagles beat the Patriots.
Yeah, Freddie Mitchell said that the Eagles could beat them 8 out of 10, which is crazy. He also said that any good team could crush his word to Patriots, which is crazy because they're 32-2 since last year.
So I take it you're going under.
I'm under.
I'm going to go over and take 4 out of 10. But even then, I'm taking half of Freddie's victories, and I'm still over. No one has crushed the Patriots. No one's on the verge of crushing the Patriots. Over, but still no.
That's it. Over and under is over. We're taking a break, but please stay with us because we still have some thoughts to share on Law & Order, ripping the NBA brawl from the headlines.
Who's going to play Ron Artest?
You like that show, right? Law and Order?
It's a great show.
Big fan of Law and
Even
Order?
though Angie Harmon's gone. I mean, I love
Still
that
like
show.
it?
Oh, yeah.
How about
Best
Tommy
show.
Harmon? Is he there?
How does the bottle work again? Well, I fill it with authentic Guinness draft. Yes. So we can walk outside. Yes. Go down to the glen. Yes. And drink it. Drink beer at a picnic. Brilliant. What will you think of next? You know the way you call your mum? Yes. Well, I've created a device that lets you talk to her. Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Guinness draft straight from the bottle. Enjoy it everywhere.
Brilliant.
Great big bottle of Myometer.
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a heart
Television.
of silver.
It started out simply enough.
I can explain nothing.
And as it evolves, we follow its every move, loyal to the end. With top-ranking customer satisfaction and a commitment to providing the very best TV experience, it's time. It's time to rethink TV.
Cholesterol. It comes grilled, fried, slow-cooked, twice-baked, poached, and pureed. But it also comes from Mom, Dad, Grandma Ethel, and Grandpa Sam. Your cholesterol doesn't just come from food. It also has a lot to do with family history. Ask your doctor about Vytorin. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Vytorin can help. Vytorin treats the two sources of cholesterol from food and the cholesterol your body makes naturally based on family history. Vytorin lowers bad cholesterol 45 to 60%. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Vytorin may interact with other medicines or certain foods, increasing your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Ask your doctor about Vytorin. Your cholesterol comes from two sources. Treat them both with Vytorin.
Performance and handling like a car. All-wheel drive capability like an SUV. The totally new Ford Freestyle. One vehicle, endless possibilities. Ford, built for the road ahead.
Later on SportsCenter, spring training is underway as Joe Torre still supporting Jason Giambi, Shaq, Zoe, and Christian Laettner to make history together. And as bad as it gets, the 10 worst teams ever. SportsCenter, 6 Eastern, ESPN.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by Guinness Draft Stout. Drink responsibly. Brilliant. And in part by DirecTV. DirecTV is rethinking the way television should be. And Vytorin.
Let's jam some happies up in your grill. Happy 33rd birthday, Jaromir Jagr. This guy was the best hockey player in the world until he arrived at the Washington Capitals and stunk the joint out. He was also among the first NHL players to anticipate a lockout and announced during last season that he'd be playing in Europe.
Maybe his friend Lemieux, an owner, could have tipped him off. You can't say a guy stunk the joint out on his birthday. He was a great player.
He wasn't very good there. Happy anniversary, Dale Earnhardt Jr. On this day last year, he won the Daytona 500 for the first time. Earnhardt Jr. was a relatively unknown driver when his father was basically king of NASCAR. Now Jr. has inherited all of that spotlight, seems to be doing very well with it.
But people seem to like him a lot more than they liked his father, don't you think?
Yes,
no
they do.
resentment toward Junior
no, they
like
like
there was towards Senior.
Happy trails to the couple of Barry Zito and Alyssa Milano. Reports say it's over for you two. You hate to read something like this when a couple of swell kids are involved. Maybe Milano can go back to Carl Pavano. Maybe Zito could seek counsel from Judge Lance Ito or call me the great Cornito.
Is that your version of rapping? Is that what that
Pretty
is?
much. Stat Boy, what do we mess up?
Just hit the wires. Iverson in practice today. Quote, I want to be right here in Philly. I wish it's the last time I have to say that. Ratliff and Montalvo were all-stars with Iverson.
He never played with great players.
Practice.
Running out of show, we go with the big finish. The Bengals made Rudy Johnson their franchise player, so he says he'll sit out the season. Will this work out?
He can get himself traded out of Philly or Cincinnati, wherever he is. Savannah State Hoops finished the season 0-28. Your thoughts?
They're in the record books. I mean, they're in the record.
You want to go in that way?
Darko scored a career-high 8 points last night. Should opponents take notice?
In 2 years, he's going to be a great player, borderline all-star. You watch. The Pacers-Pistons brawl will be recreated on Law and Order tomorrow. Your thoughts?
That's their M.O. They turn around every big story within 3 months and put it on
the
TV.
Headlines.
Last one, will the Rockets get their 8th in a row tonight?
Yes, they will, against the Wizards, who should not have lost at New Orleans last night. Got to go to Houston.
Out of time. Try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
And I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, you knuckleheads.
Why don't you grow dreads?
I'm Mike. I can take...
PTI.